More than 60 companies, including some of the UK's largest law firms, have signed up to the scheme. The Prince of Wales welcomed their initiative, saying it was vital to look at the problems of climate change in the context of their day-to-day business.
The importance of what you, the legal community, is doing cannot possibly be overestimated. And with the recent coming into force of the Climate Change Act, the United Kingdom has become the first country anywhere in the world, I think this is the point to remember, anywhere in the world to enshrine in law binding and ambitious climate change targets. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is hugely significant. With the help of the Climate Change Committee, established by the Act, this country is now set on a course to cut our emissions by 80% by 2050. And the legal profession might not often be seen as at the front line in efforts to protect the climate and conserve the natural environment. But law is, of course, one of the core disciplines that has helped secure much of the positive progress we have seen in recent decades.
The LSA's principles cover how firms can operate in an environmentally friendly way, as well as their influence on clients, suppliers and employees.
All of the many international treaties that we now rely on to achieve more sustainable development, the great benefits we derive from European level environmental legislation, and many national initiatives, such as the Climate Change Act, were shaped and made to work in practice through decades of effort by legal minds. It is, if I may say so, a great legacy and one that we must urgently build upon. For example, the 2050 target set out in the Climate Change Act differs from many other environmental goals set out in law, not only posing a major challenge for particular sectors, but one for the whole of our society. It requires changes in technology and regulation, and crucially, changes to our very behaviour.
The Prince highlighted to those present the urgent environmental dangers the planet is now facing.
I'm only too aware of sounding alarmist, and indeed of the fact that many still believe there is no actual validity to the science of climate change, and thus no man-made contribution to the changes we are witnessing. But please, ladies and gentlemen, be in no doubt that unless greenhouse gas emissions reach their peak within about 100 months, just 100 months, it may well be too late to stop temperatures rising beyond dangerous levels, levels that would render unbelievably large parts of the world uninhabitable. We do not have decades to deal with all this. We have but a very few years. And that is why what you are doing this evening is of such crucial importance.
The Prince also made reference to the current economic downturn and its links to the stability of the global environment.
I do, of course, appreciate that many businesses are facing hideously uncertain times at the moment in the increasingly challenging global economic climate. But no credit crunch we could ever face is going to match the climate crunch, it's already been mentioned, that is going to affect every man, woman and child on this planet, and worryingly soon. The trouble is that the long-term health and stability of the global economy is actually dependent on the health and stability of the global environment, and not, ladies and gentlemen, the other way round. And thus, the onus is unfortunately on us.
As part of the launch, the LSA's founding members, including the Law Society, have all measured their carbon footprints in an effort to reduce their environmental impact.